chance to travel in other ex-communist countries, which are still not in EU, and I saw how terrible the situation is in them. And I was very happy that I live in Bulgaria, because it's obvious that in the last 20 years Bulgaria made very small, very teeny, but still very good steps going out and far from the communism. So returning from this country, which are more poor than Bulgaria, I was happy that Bulgaria is not anymore in the communism.
But Bulgaria is one of the poorest countries of Europe still.
Sure, yeah, I know this, and that's why probably told you the answer is difficult, because in some places you still feel the smell of communism, the smell of the shadow of communism, as you told.
How can you smell it and feel it?
Some people, especially old people, still regret that the communism was over, because, for instance, during the communism they felt more secure. Their salaries were higher, their pensions were higher, so they felt more secure, and some of them tend to regret for the communism.
Yeah. What about yourself? Do you have any memories from the communist era?
Sure. I worked part of my very small part, 5 years only, of my journalistic job as journalist during the communism, and the rest 20 during the democratic journalism. So comparing for journalists, for me, is better now, because we have, for instance, a law for access to information law, which gives me opportunity to receive freely data, which time ago were forbidden to be taken from a journalist. So I'm happy now more because I could travel, and I studied abroad. I studied in the United States. I studied in Reuters in London. So for journalists now is better situation, but not for many people. I told you why. But being specialized in working in the secret archives, not in the last years, but in the last 20 years, I could tell you that this is. I tried to see the truth about the communist past in these archives, and to find the truth about this communist past in these archives, including in my recent book. I published altogether 3 books, so I can try to see the truth.
So you are one of the experts in Bulgaria on secret services. You have written several books on the basis of archive work. Since when are the archives of the Bulgarian secret services public?
Time ago, 20 years ago, when for first time I started to work here. They were not public, but you can send a letter, a request to the Minister of Interior, and to ask for secret archives for special topic, certain topic. And if he decides, he will give you or not. And many years the laws changes, but after that, 2 years ago, was adopted the last law, allowing to open all archives from the communist time, not only from the Ministry of Interior, but also so-called former state security, which includes also the Bulgarian intelligence. These archives were closed till now. So 2 years ago they opened by this law, and I sent many requests, and these requests show that some of the archives are still alive, and I published these books using these archives. And this is the secret files of Bulgarian King Simeon, who lived in exile since 1946.
Yeah. So King Simeon used to be the Prime Minister of Bulgaria recently?
Recently, after 2000.
Yeah. But before that, during communist times, he was living abroad?
He lived in exile in Madrid since 1951, but he was expelled from Bulgaria in 1946 after a referendum.
Yeah. And in your book you describe the activity of the Bulgarian Secret Service to monitor the king abroad.
Yes, against him between 1946, from the very first day he and his family left Bulgaria, until 1993. These archives are open until now.
Yeah. And how powerful was the Bulgarian Secret Service in those days?
Seems to me very powerful.
Why?
If you talk to them, and I interviewed many of them, they claim that they were one of the strongest secret services in the Soviet satellites country, very close to KGB, and they are very, very proud of this. And probably they have their successes.
Yeah. After the collapse of communism, did the same people stay in their place working in the Secret Service, or was there a totally new generation?
Not most of them left, willingly or not willingly, most of them left, but they still kept their connections.
Yeah.
Probably.